Have you ever really thought about the weight of your choices? I mean, truly considered it? Today, we're going to dive into this powerful idea inspired by a monologue from Tom Erb and explore the massive impact of the choices we make, from the tiny, everyday ones to the ones that literally define our lives.
All right, so let's get right into it. Every single day is just packed with choices, right? Most of them are small, almost automatic. We don't even think about them. But every now and then, a single choice comes along that, well, it has the power to change absolutely everything.
I mean, think about your morning. A choice like this one, you make it without a second thought. It's just background noise. But some choices, as we're about to see, are much, much louder.
Okay, now forget the coffee for a second. What about this choice? Easy money versus a clear conscience. Whoa. All of a sudden, the stakes are completely different, aren't they? This isn't about personal preference anymore. This is about principle. This is a choice that asks you to decide who you really are. And that's the crazy thing about these huge moments. You rarely see them coming. You're just living your life, going about your business, and then bam, you're standing at a moral crossroads, and you have to make a decision that you just know will echo for years and years to come. So to make this feel real, let's get specific. Let's imagine a guy, we'll call him Jordan. He finds himself at exactly this kind of crossroads, staring down a business opportunity that seems, well, almost too good to be true.
And listen, what's on the table here isn't just a pile of cash. It's a whole different life. We're talking about the kind of money that changes where you live, what you wear, maybe even who your friends are. It's the kind of wealth you think will solve every single problem you have. It's the ultimate shortcut to Easy Street.
But you knew this was coming, didn't you? There's always a catch. And this incredible life-altering opportunity, well, it comes with a hidden cost, and it's one you can't measure in dollars and cents. Turns out the deal involves what they're calling creative accounting. You know, it's one of those polite terms for something that's, well, not exactly honest. It's a deal that could completely unravel and land everyone involved in serious, serious trouble if it ever saw the light of day. The risk is real, but it's buried under the promise of that big reward.
And right in this moment of temptation, a voice from the past echoes in Jordan's head. It's his father. This piece of advice isn't just some old memory, it's his moral compass. It's there reminding him that your character isn't built in one single grand moment. It's built in thousands of small, honest choices you make day in and day out. And this just lays out the war that's raging inside him perfectly. On one side, you have this glittering promise of an easy life, a whole new reality bought with a single signature. And on the other, there's something you can't touch, but it's powerful, a clear conscience, the pride of honoring his dad's values, and just being able to respect the guy he sees in the mirror. So this is it. It all comes down to this one moment. The contract is sitting there on the table. The other people in the room are just waiting. His whole future rests on what he does in the next few seconds. He's literally holding the pen. You can almost feel it, can't you? The cold plastic in his grip, the paper on the table. This is the point of no return. If he signs, one life begins. If he doesn't, another one just continues. And this is the final question that cuts through all the noise. It's not about what he wants to have. It's all about who he needs to be. Can he live with the person this choice would turn him into? And the answer is no. In 3 simple, decisive moves, it's over. He pushes the contract back across the table. He stands up from the chair. He walks away. He's made his choice. But walking away wasn't the end of the story. In fact, it was the beginning of a brand new one. The consequences of that decision were immediate, and they were profound. Now, what's so fascinating is the paradox he feels right after. On one hand, he feels lighter, freed from the burden of a guilty secret and the anxiety of getting caught. But at the same time, he also feels heavier. He's now fully aware of the true weight of moral responsibility. Integrity, it turns out, has its own kind of gravity. So what does his life look like now? Well, it's not the easy street he was offered. In a lot of ways, it's actually been harder, but it's also been more authentic, more true. He went on to start his own small business, something honest that he built himself. And now, when he looks in the mirror, there's no question about who's looking back at him. And this right here is the core of it all. The choices that really define us, they have a weight you can't measure on any scale. This isn't about material gain. This is about the substance of our character. They're about the very essence of who we are.
And that really brings the question back to all of us, doesn't it? Because sooner or later, every single one of us will face our own crossroads. When that moment comes for you, what are you going to choose? The choice might be difficult, but picking the path that adds weight to your integrity, not just your wallet, well, that's the one that makes all the difference.